Hey everyone, Chimera45 here, and welcome back to another review of Dragon Ball Super, this time for episode 11. So without further ado, let's just get right into the review. So it starts off as every episode has started off each and every week with a review of last week's episode of Goku slowly adjusting to the new powers of his Super Saiyan God form and Beerus getting more and more excited as the fight goes along. So then we start off with the opening title, Let's Keep Going, Lord Beerus, The Battle of Gods. So we see Bulma and everyone else trying to keep up with Goku in their busted flying ship. I won't call it a spaceship this time. And Gohan and Goten are saying how they can't keep up with Goku and Beerus because they're all out of power. And Piccolo speculates it's a side effect of the Super Saiyan God ritual. But either way, it wouldn't be a fight that they'd be able to get themselves involved in. And we also see Vegeta still just chilling on the boat, still somehow able to keep track of everything that's going on, even though you'd think they're well beyond, or well out of sight by now, you would think. But, I don't know, maybe Vegeta just has really, really good eyes. So then we go on over to Goku and Beerus, who are having another epic stare down. That's how every single episode has started so far, with them just staring each other down. And Beerus is like, so you ready to go? And Goku's like, yeah, starts powering up. And goes in and beats up Lord Beerus for a few seconds, but Beerus is like, you know, these attacks aren't hurting me at all anymore, right? And Goku's like, wow, your power is really amazing. And Beerus is like, okay, let me try to provoke you a little bit more, and is throwing Goku around. But after Goku shows that he can't get pushed around that easily just from fists anymore, Beerus is like, okay. And creates another energy ball like he did last time, but this one's even bigger and heavier, so Goku doesn't have a chance of just throwing it away. So instead, Goku catches it and bear hugs it away. I'm not really sure what he does. He just like compresses it so much that it just explodes. And I don't know, that's just what I call it. He bear hugged it to death. And it's just the explosion is so strong that the Z fighters can see it from their ship, and as they get closer they just see more and more flashes as Goku and Beerus keep throwing punches at each other. And we get a quick little segment of kind of funny shots of Goku biting Beerus's tail, Beerus like slapping Goku's cheeks, Goku yelling in Beerus's ear, Beerus pulling on Goku's nose. It's just a lot of funny stuff. And Goku's like, I should have known this fight wasn't for real, Lord Beerus, because you're not using your full power yet, are you? And Beerus is like, well, you kind of caught me, but I wanted to pace you so that you didn't get too tired too quickly. And over on the sacred world of the Kais, Supreme Kai and Outer Kai are talking. And Supreme Kai's like, why would Beerus just let himself get tossed around by Goku if he could stop it? And Outer Kai's like, well, he's pretty much training Goku to use the Super Saiyan God power to its fullest so he can get a somewhat enjoyable battle out of it, and then he'll just crush Goku. And the reason he's doing it is just for fun. Beerus is an unpredictable force of nature. You can't depend on you can't anticipate what he's going to do. So Goku starts talking, and we all know what happens when Goku starts talking and gets himself in trouble. And he's trying to understand Lord Beerus's motives. Like, I can understand why you wouldn't use your full power right away, because you could probably just annihilate anyone. And I can understand you wanting to enjoy a fight for once. And Beerus is like, don't try to understand me, mortal. I'm a god. You're just a bitch. And just starts putting his hand on Goku. Just like, kind of like what he did when he was in the Super Saiyan 3 form, but with a lot more power. Man, he's just tossing Goku around. Every time he just touches him, causes an explosion that looks very, very painful. Every explosion looks painful in Dragon Ball Z, but this one especially because it's right up close on his person. And as Goku's just flying around, Beerus grabs his face and he's charging him down towards the ground like a Super Saiyan God meteor. And Goku seemingly can't put up a fight, and that just is not doing Beerus any favors in the temper department. So the Z fighters are watching this go down, and Vegeta still somehow is watching it. I still don't get how he can watch it anymore, but I don't know. So the Z fighters watches, Beerus slams Goku into the ground, and Beerus just slowly walks up to Goku, who at the very last moment, I guess, broke free of Beerus's grip or something like that. Because Beerus says that if he hadn't escaped the explosion, he'd just be a pile of ashes right now. So Beerus gets over Goku and just starts like punching him. Goku's barely managing to block him. And Beerus is getting angry, saying that Goku was supposed to be different. He was actually supposed to give Beerus a challenge, but instead he just is putting Beerus to sleep like everything else. So Goku gets in a quick, cheap shot. And Beerus is like, congratulations, you managed to hit me, but it's not affecting me at all. And Goku's shocked that all of the power he's putting out isn't doing anything to Beerus. So next thing we know, Goku is just getting tossed up into the air and just repeatedly slammed. Like, Beerus just keeps headbutting Goku further and further up into the atmosphere. And we see Goku just, pretty much knocked out for a few seconds. And Beerus is like, okay, if I really have to provoke you, I'll just do this, and creates an energy ball that's smaller than the previous two, but it's I'm not even going to give a percentage of how much more powerful it is, but it's a hell of a lot more powerful. And he's like, if this is the only way to tap the true power of a Super Saiyan God, then I'll just blow up your Earth. And Goku's like, are billions of innocent lives just disposable tools for you? And Beerus is like, of course they are. I'm a god. What's more important, a backwater planet or a battle of gods? There's no question. It's not even a question to him. So Beerus is like, here it comes. And he kicks it at Goku, and Goku manages to blast it. And he's like, that's simple enough. I just have to destroy them before they can hit the Earth. And Beerus is like, okay, motherfucker. And just creates a whole, minefield of these things. It's causing Goku to actually get a little bit serious and power up. And, of course, he charges up his signature Kamehameha and unleashes it and literally just blows away all of these energy orbs. Every single one, and Beerus' face is pretty shocked. But then at the end of it, we see Goku exhausted and, flames are, spittering off of him. Then all of a sudden, Beerus is right in front of him, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I seem to have the wrong person. And just stabs Goku right in the stomach? Abdomen? Not really sure what you would call it. Literally, it pierces him, stabs right into him. And he says, you're not the arch rival I'm looking for. And just lets Goku fall down to the ground. Goku, falls down, splashes into the ocean, and he just has this little inner monologue to himself about how he never imagined anyone as strong as Lord Beerus being in existence. But despite that, Goku's having the time of his life and gets even more excited over the thought of someone that much more powerful than him being around. And it causes the Super Saiyan God aura to reignite, and it heals Goku's puncture wound. And I guess Vegeta can either sense what's going on, or he just has the ability to see things because the plot is allowing him to. Because he gives a smile as soon as Goku says he's getting more excited than he's ever been. And Goku skyrockets out of the water and speeds right on up to Beerus. And Beerus is surprised at first because I guess he thought he finished Goku off. And Beerus is like, come on, Beerus, let's keep going. This Super Saiyan God stuff, it ain't over yet. I'm going to keep rising in power until I can match you fist for fist. And Beerus is like, I highly doubt that's going to happen, but I like the look in your eyes, so I'm going to give you what you want. I'm going to give you a full course example of my power. And that's pretty much how the episode ends, with them having another stare down. You notice how it always starts and ends with a stare down? I don't get why they do that. But anyway, yeah, that was episode 11 of Dragon Ball Super. Overall, it was a good episode. Couple of animation quips in this one. There was this one shot where Goku just looks like a chibi figure. His head's huge, but his body's small. It was probably just the angle that the quote-unquote camera was looking at him, but still, it kind of looked funny. The fighting itself was kind of not the best. Could have been a bit better, could have been a bit worse, but I think next week's episode is where the fight is really going to start ramping up, because Goku's like, okay, this Super Saiyan God power, it just keeps making me stronger and stronger, so let's go. But overall, it was an enjoyable episode. Like I said, not the best, not the worst, but it was entertaining, and that's really all these episodes are meant to be, is just entertaining and provide a somewhat okay story. Dragon Ball's never really been about storytelling, in my opinion. It's just more about who can throw the stronger punch. Or at least Z was. Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, kind of had some storytelling to it. But yeah, that was my review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 11. I hope you enjoyed. Please check out Dragon Ball Super if you have not yet. And stick around next week for my review of Episode 12. I will see you guys later.